Good evening and welcome to Time with Catherine. My message today is for the men, and I've titled it A Man in His Prime. A Man in His Prime. We all know the story of David, and the Bible says that David was a man after God's own heart. But David also had a lot of foibles, and one of his biggest foibles was that he loved women. And so we know the story of Bathsheba. At the time when David saw Bathsheba and eventually had an affair with her, killed her husband and what have you, David was at the prime of his life. The Bible says that he wasn't even going for battles anymore. He had other people fighting on his behalf, because he had done so well. The empire was doing good. Everything was okay. And that is when David fell. I find that a lot of our men, because sometimes I work with the aged, when they are in their prime, they are so busy making a name for themselves. They are so busy wanting to provide for their families. They are so busy working hard, and they forget about the most important thing: to have a relationship with their children and to have a relationship with their wives. And so after a few years, when they have made the money, by that time, most of them lose contact with their children. The children, whilst they were growing up, could only identify with mom. When they came back from school, mom was at home to cook for them. Dad was busy providing for the family. And so dad didn't really create a relationship with them. The children grow up and they leave home. Sometimes they travel out. And once they are out and they get married and they make money, it is mommy that they relate to. And so sometimes if they want a parent to come over to visit, it is mommy. And half of the time, dad is left alone. And dad is lonely. Because in his prime, when dad was really a man, dad did not create a relationship with his children. And so in their adult lives, the children cannot relate to daddy. They may send you money, they may send you gifts, but when they have to confide in somebody, it is in their mom that they confide in. This message just comes to let the men know that you work so hard to provide for your family, to make sure that your children go to the best schools, to make sure that your wives drive the best cars. And you work so hard. But so many times at the end of life, most of our men are miserable because whilst they were providing for the family, they did not learn how to relate to the family. And so this message comes to you, man in your prime. Have time for your children. Let them know you love them. Ask them about school. Ask them about their friends. Spend quality time with them. Even as you are providing for the family, even as you are providing for the mom, let them know that you love them. Because the time is coming when you wouldn't be the man that you used to be. And at that point in time, what will matter to you the most will be relationships. And that relationship would have been sacrificed on the altar of achievements, on the altar of finding money. And by the time you find the money, most of the times your health is not as good as it used to be. So man in your prime, this message comes to encourage you. Forge a relationship with your children and also with the wife of your youth. I know men who have left their wives for younger women. And when a man is in his 50s and a woman is in her 30s, the age gap is not that big. And so it's very easy to go out and do fun things. But when the man gets into his 70s and the woman is now maybe in her early 50s, she finds it difficult to go out with you. If you are not lucky, sometimes by that time you are not well. And so this comes to encourage the men. You do so much for us, and we are so grateful. But please learn to make your whole family a part of your journey towards success, so that after your prime, your family will still appreciate you. I hope that this message blesses somebody. And if it does, share and also click on the button and subscribe so that others will be blessed by it. Thank you so much for listening, and have a blessed day.